And good evening, good afternoon, good morning to wherever you are watching or listening to me from. My name is RJ Ledesma, and welcome to my podcast, the RJ Ledesma Podcast. In my podcast, I interview the country's pioneering business personalities to learn more about how they think about business. What are their success secrets? How can we replicate those success secrets? How have they pivoted their businesses during this pandemic? And most importantly, what opportunities do they see now emerging in this new normal? Is there a business personality or entrepreneur that you would like me to interview here on the podcast? Please let me know. I would love to learn from them. Just drop me a message. We are also live right now on Kumu, CBRC TV, Global Pinas TV, and the Bounce Back Network. If you are enjoying this podcast and learning a lot from it, please do me a favor. Please subscribe and invite more friends to listen to the RJ Ledesma podcast. You can also catch us on YouTube. And before we start, here's a quick shout out to our friends from Vessel. Vessel PH can help you future-proof your business by boosting your digital presence and making sure that you can attract more customers and more sales. If you want to learn more about them, just click on the link in my description. Now, I'm here right now, live, coming to you live all the way from Baguio, where I was a speaker and also a moderator for the CEO Summit. I'd like to congratulate my good friend, Angelo Velez. Jello, congratulations on a successfully concluded CEO Summit. Really a lot of great take-homes. And one of the great take-homes I have here right now is one of the speakers of the here in the CEO Summit. He is a proudly Baguio-based native, and he is the CEO of Servicoin, a wallet that runs on Binance. His name is Pastor James Dongla. That's right, Pastor James Dongla. And I really want to find out how he is able to combine his preaching also with his entrepreneurship and how they work smoothly together. Now, with the Servicoin wallet mobile app, you can receive, send, and store Servicoin and many other cryptocurrencies. Servicoin has gradually grown in popularity, particularly among crypto enthusiasts and traders. It is the Philippines' first cryptocurrency with real-world applications and a focus on solving real-world problems rather than on getting rich quick. Now, this is very interesting, and I'm going to ask him to talk a bit more about that as well. Now, it is the country's first cryptocurrency to have real-world applications in the form of a payment option. Apart from being a form of alternative payment, Servicoin offers additional benefits such as 3 to 15% discounts at select merchants. Now, how are they growing Servicoin here in the mountain province, in the Cordilleras, and how are they going to bring it not only to the rest of the Philippines, but the rest of the world. So please welcome here on my show. Very excited to talk to him again. We were just on stage together earlier for a panel discussion. Please welcome Pastor James Dongla on the show. Pastor, kumusta? Pastor, I can't seem to pick up your audio here right now. Can we just double check?
Is this good?
There you go, Pastor. Kumusta?
Okay. Right. I'm good, sir. Thank you very much for having me here, Sir RJ Ledesma. Nice sharing with you also this earlier on with the at the CEO Summit. Thank you.
Fantastic, Pastor. Pakibati lang mga lahat ng mga taga Cordillera. Let's say hi to all the proud Baguio natives listening to us here right now. Baka gusto mong batiin sa vernacular.
Right. Naimbag nga rabiti amin. Kakailan dito Baguio, Cordillera. Napintas dito pagtungtungan mi kini Sir RJ. It's all about dito cryptocurrency, blockchain. Amok ado dito kadatayo ti ag blockchain, cryptocurrency. And napintas ito nga programa nga makaadalan ti amin. Gawis ay masdem tako.
Wow, fantastic. Thanks so much, Pastor James. Marami nang bumabati sa'yo. Bosicaw Lucas saying, wow, go, Pastor. Thanks so much for listening to the show. Now,
Yes,
right
sir.
before we start, I think, it was such a mouthful kanina what I had to say about what Servicoin is all about. But in a
Right.
nutshell, uh, like I often tell people, diba, if you're going to give an elevator pitch, and for the people again listening for the first time, ano ba yung elevator pitch? Kunyari may kinakausap kang CEO or investor habang nasa elevator kayo, and you gotta make a very short explanation of what Servicoin is all about. What is your explanation of what is Servicoin, James, Pastor James?
Yes, sir, RJ. Servicoin is the first cryptocurrency with a real world usage, and in the first in the Philippines and a few in the world. So, knowing that this is the future, we're really pushing hard for this to be, to go nationwide. We're starting it here in Baguio City, and if you join us today, I know that together we'll be accomplishing our dreams, and we'll be actually educating, helping the people to appreciate cryptocurrency because blockchain, I tell you, Servicoin will be the future of payments, especially in the service industry.
Okay, so you're talking about a real world application for cryptocurrency. That's a lot actually for people who
Right,
might just
right.
be listening here for the first time at hindi pa nila masyadong alam tungkol sa cryptocurrency or blockchain. I think if you don't mind, we'll have to break down things a bit more for them, Pastor. And I've had several guests who've talked about crypto. I have had Michelle Gaba of Pidax over here. I've got our friends from Anito Legends. I've got Jay Villarante has been on the show, and each one attempts to sort of laymanize what exactly the blockchain means and what exactly the crypto means. So I hope you don't mind, Pastor James. No, you've had to explain to many people, especially laymanize for the MSMEs, the sari stores who are using
Yes,
crypto right
sir.
now
Yes,
here
sir.
in Baguio. You've had to explain to them what it is. Let's start off by trying to explain what exactly is blockchain. How do you explain that to them? Sa mga yung
Yeah.
kung i-lemonize mo.
Right. That's really a very challenging question, Sir RJ. But what we do here is mainly give them, a truthful definition. It's by the
Mm,
text, by the way, no. And then we laymanize in a way na, no. We use, of course, existing payment systems like GCash. But when we talk about blockchain in a very, very simple term, it's like
mm.
a ano yan, listahan. No, it's a
Oo.
ledger, public ledger na magkakaroon tayo ng lahat tayo may listahan and no particular person or group controls the listing or controls the ledger. So the good thing there is when we all have this ledger, this listing, no, and nobody can change it. It's a consensus. We also have this very good trust being actually established. So blockchain is that public ledger, open source siya, anybody can access, no, walang nagtatago ng sikreto. So ganun lang siya. And when you use that application in finance, in money, and we have cryptocurrency, no, the power goes to the people.
Mm.
So we don't just trust one person. We trust our ecosystem. We trust our blockchain. So yung listahan na yan, no, every time that there's this new transaction, it ano yan, na idadagdag doon sa chain, no? So that block that is added into the former transactions becomes the whole blockchain. So that's the
It's
I
like a
guess
chain. So all the information is put together like that, one by one. It's like literally a chain of information going back to the source.
right, right. So there's this starting, of course, but when we use that consistently, that's why usage is very very important in this kind of technology para hahaba pa yung chain, hahaba pa yung ano niyan, yung connections, and that's the strength of it. No, nobody can hack that actually list or that informations. So
Okay.
that's the good thing about that.
So ibig sabihin niyan, pag nasa blockchain yung information, it's good because in the sense that you can verify it all the way from the main source. Hindi mo
Right,
pwedeng
right.
dayain
So,
along the way.
yes, sir. No double spending. That's the good thing. In our fiat money right now, we're not against it in many ways, but we have a better system right now. So the old system, yun yung problema natin, double spending, no? Uh, even regulators don't regulate themselves.
Mhm.
That's the truth there, right? So the other thing there, Sir RJ, is when we use blockchain in records. Like for example, titles like what
Like
we've
for
been
real estate
sharing.
development, 'di ba, your for your
Right,
property.
right. So when we put that informations into, we put that informations in a digital form
Mhm.
under the blockchain protocol, we know for sure kung sino yung pinanggalingan yan, sinong bumili, no? So pag ikaw bibilhin mo yan, matitrace mo lahat yon, no? And pagka ano yon, pagka hindi kasama sa blockchain yon, o may magsasabi sa akin yan, no? Of course, he has to prove that andun nga siya sa mismong chain or doon sa mismong
Oo.
history.
Mm.
Ayun.
So kumbaga walang double sale, 'di ba? Kung sa real
Kaya
estate
walang
'yan,
double pin,
walang
right?
double
Walang
sale ng
double pin.
title kasi yung talagang yung nagmamay-ari ng title, he can prove to it na galing to sa original title kasi nasa blockchain 'yan, 'di ba?
Right, right. So there's
Okay.
there's there's a there's a there's a there's a point of start, then whoever gets it na nire-record natin yan up to the current owner. How about that?
Got that. May bumabati rin sa pastor ngayon, Criston Lopez saying, "Go Pastor." And we've also got
Oh,
Clarence
yes,
Elon, "Go
hello, hello.
Master Pastor Manso." So thanks to everybody listening to us here right now. Now, we've
Yes, sir.
explained very carefully. I think that's a very simplified way of explaining yung listahan. It's a public list that cannot be changed, 'di ba? That's basically
Right,
what
right, right,
blockchain is. Now,
right.
there are many applications for that one. At isa sa mga application na ginagamit is to create cryptocurrency. Ano naman yung
Mhm.
cryptocurrency, Pastor James?
Yes, RJ, cryptocurrency is one application of blockchain technology. So, ito is when you have a very secure listing, you can also use that in terms of finance, right? So, right now we are, banking on the banks. We're trusting the banks, keeping the listings of transactions. For example, on my mobile phone, pag on digital, no, digital na siya, maganda na siya, digital eh. Nakapag-transfer ako, of course, the sender and the receiver, they go back to the listing of the bank, na control ng banko yan. Now the problem there is, in this kind of system, yung hackability, or that system is prone to hackability, right? So hindi natin alam minsan, it already happened, na may mga pera ng tao na biglang andun sa ibang accounts, and
Okay.
the person didn't actually give permission to that.
Mhm.
So in cryptocurrency, again, the security is very very good. Now, the good thing there is, it's programmable, right? Na program siya, but when you already set the program, it's ready to roll, and you cannot go back to the program and change it. That's the good thing. So, cryptocurrency is a very good, nawawala yung double spending, the trust is there, and you can actually utilize it, na pwede mong gamitin for, exchange of value. So that's the good thing about cryptocurrency. It's a digital form of money.
Okay. What makes it? I guess no. Then the one more thing that people we have to always explain to people is that what makes cryptocurrency different from fiat currency. Meaning, cryptocurrency is your digital currency. For those who don't know, fiat is like the paper money, the money that we use, that
Right,
we are
right.
familiar with. What are the main differences between both? And how do you
Yeah.
convert between both? How do you convert to use from crypto into fiat currency?
Right. So that's the initial challenge we have there when Bitcoin first started. Of course, for the sake of our viewers here, the first cryptocurrency that was launched was actually Bitcoin in the year 2008, and it progresses, developed, and so when people saw that Bitcoin became successful, they followed the protocol, the program, so they created their own and so they are called alternative coins. The difference there with fiat, of course, is it's very very big actually. Kanina napag-usapan natin yung blockchain, and so blockchain is the technology behind cryptocurrency, right? It's powered by blockchain. So the difference in transactions, when you transact cryptocurrency, lesser fees and speed of transaction is there. Like we have one in particular used in cross border payments, that is XRP. That's the purpose of the project. The purpose of this token is for cross border payments. Now when you use this one, for example, no, mag-transfer ka ng 1 million pesos, ang
Mhm,
babayaran mo lang in fees is actually maybe about a few hundreds, or I mean, no, 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 mga about 5, 3 pesos lang.
mhm,
Ganon siya ka-cheap.
mhm.
And transaction time is actually almost real time, almost real time. So that's the good thing with the big difference. And of course, you are in full control of your money. I think for some they don't like that idea, but for some also they like it. I think that's the one reason why they are supporting cryptocurrency, because they can control their money when they want to put money in their crypto wallets anytime, any day. Nobody's actually regulating them, and when you want to cash out, magpapalabas ka ng pera mo, it's solely your decision.
Okay. So when we look at what you're doing over here, there's like you said, the first currency was Bitcoin. You also have Ethereum. You have different cryptocurrencies.
Right, right,
Servicoin, the name of your company, is that also a cryptocurrency that you develop?
right.
Okay. And then so the Servicoin, what in what year did you develop Servicoin?
Yeah, Servicoin was developed under the Binance protocol, BSC, so
Mhm.
Binance chain, and
And
we have a very
you have to
very
explain
big
that, you have to break that down a bit more. So what does it mean under the Binance protocol?
yeah. So this is the thing here, because it's all programmable. There are these big companies who started their own development. So they have developed their own blockchain. That's
Mhm.
the first layer. That's the first layer blockchain. That means original siya. Now, anybody can actually build from there. So this is the first layer of development, and when you cannot actually create your own, you can tap into their blockchain. So that means ang tawag po diyan is smart contract, no? There in cryptocurrency po, there are new terms, mga bagong terms na ano dito na ginagamit in cryptocurrency. Pag ito yung development ng, let's say, Ethereum and some other blockchains, pwedeng mag-develop yung iba. And that's what we did actually in Servicoin. So we develop under Binance blockchain, Binance protocol. So ang tawag diyan is smart contract.
Mhm.
So doon namin inattach yung aming Servicoin blockchain. Yeah.
Okay. Now, after you developed that one, you kept on talking about the idea that there's a difference between, let's say, how the Servicoin runs, because when you talk about real world applications, about right now for people who are investing in the blockchain, but there's idea na it's about, maybe the word's not quite getting rich quick, but that's another way to generate income for yourself, diba, by investing there, then hoping to make a lot of money. But yours you're saying that versus being just about getting rich quick, it's solving real world problems. What do you mean that? What's the difference between Servicoin, I guess, solving real world problems and just other cryptocurrencies getting you rich quick?
Right. Actually, that's the, I think, advocacy, RJ, that we have with our team. Nilabas po namin Servicoin. We have already this standard that the crypto community is using. No, they actually developed their cryptocurrency. So some of them, many of them, by the way, they're like us, smart contracts. Na-explain ko kanina, ano na sila, layer 2. So layer 1, ito yung original blockchain, nag-layer 2 sila, inattach lang nila. So it's actually cheaper. It's not cheap, but cheaper than the original development. So they just actually hyped it. Uh, ano lang sila, kumuha sila ng mga sikat na mga personalities,
Mm-hmm.
famous YouTubers, no? Then they of course they have a good deal, and upon announcement, in the exchanges, their prices actually went bullish. Ibig sabihin, umakyat siya ng umakyat.
Mm-hmm.
And the holders of that cryptocurrency, they just dump it down. So that's the problem. And ang tawag natin doon, Sir RJ, is rug pulling. So they were rug pulled, no, mga investors niyan. So my point here is actually when we talk about investing in cryptocurrency, simply put, no, in yung layman's term pinag-usapan natin, medyo mahirap pa rin, especially for people na hindi techie, no, medyo ano ba 'yun, anong blockchain, anong cryptocurrency. Kaya nga sa amin, we're actually shortcut namin yung evaluation. No, when we say sinosolve natin yung real world problems, and we have a usage in real world situations. Kasi kung may gamit po yan, ibig sabihin yan, you have a proof of system. You have a proof of technology. And you have
Mm-hmm.
a proof, more or less, with trust on the development itself. Kasi nagagamit siya. So, if you are a holder of certain coins na may gamit talaga, may it be gaming, may it be, doon sa mga new, mga developments na blockchain, NFTs, nakabili ka ng arts, no? And that's, yung gamit niyan, okay siya. Initially, okay siya kasi may gamit. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, what we're doing with Servicoin, Sir RJ, is yung as in nagagamit mo talaga, bibili ka diyan ng goods, kukuha ka ng services, no? Nagagamit mo si Servicoin. So yun yung ginagawa natin kasi at the end of the day, it's currency. That's my desire, no? Dahil currency siya, pera, kailangan magamit siya. Yun po yung point natin doon.
Mm-hmm.
So with Servicoin, it is mainly the payment for services, but you can also use it for goods.
Great. Now I'm gonna ask you a bit more to go through an actual transaction. So that maybe you can explain to us how it goes, so people will get a better understanding. And before we go into that one, I want to go to the chat box, and there's a nice question from Conrado Salvador. Interesting, sabi niya, Sir James, can you explain how blockchain may not be hacked or cannot be breached? Just how secure is it? Maybe for first timers, they're not too clear right now.
Right, right. Thank you, Sir Conrado. That's interesting and really ano yan, important na question yan. No? Blockchain cannot be hacked because could you just imagine you gave power to many nodes, or yung tinatawag natin nakahawak ng listing, no? So for example, 100 tayo, meron tayong kanya-kanyang listahan ng transactions. And that is, we're talking about digital in a way, it's not traditional, no?
Mhm.
Uh, let's put it in perspective na yan, digital yan. Pero in-explain natin na parang tayo yon, right? So of course, it's the computer. It's your wallet. Every time that you download a wallet and you are part of the blockchain ecosystem, blockchain usage, kasama ka doon sa may nakahawak ng listahan. So
Mhm.
if you have actually, let's say, 100 of it, no, 100 of it, kunwari kung yung magnanakaw, kailangan pasukin niya yung bahay ng isang tao, right? Pasukin niya yung bahay ng isang tao na nanakawin niya yung listahan. After ninakaw niya yon, hindi pa tapos. Mayroon pang 99, right? Mayroon pang 99. And guess what? Yung isa lang na nanakawan na bahay, hindi ho yun basta-basta, right? Siyempre, secure na naman yung bahay. May
Oo.
aso yan. O for example, ganun. Hindi natin alam, may CCTV. So, ganun po yun. So imagine having multiple of transactions. Kaya usage, again, usage is very, very important. Kasi pag nagawa mo yung usage, and even no, yung totoo po diyan, you have to only have few seconds, maybe a minute or few seconds lang to actually hack the whole of the chain, to the whole of the blockchain. So that's why it's unhackable po. But we hear of, let's balance that out, Sir RJ, no? Kasi
Mhm.
may mga nahahack naman talaga. But it's not the blockchain. It is actually the Web 2 systems. Ano yun? Yung centralized wallet. Yun yung mga nahahack. Yung mismong service provider ng cryptocurrencies. Yun
Mm.
po.
Okay. Now, really good. I mean, as good as it can get, really, because it's it's a concept that is difficult to appreciate. I guess when you're not doing crypto, and you have to be
Right,
into
right.
it to better understand. But this is another good one, and I think this goes really to the use case coming from Remember Maginsay. Sabi niya, go pastor by use case using Servicoin here in Baguio City has a cheaper transaction fee of 3 to 5 pesos, unlike using GCash at 10 pesos onwards. So that's one of the most basic use case of actually transferring money, I guess. No, that's what you were saying.
Right, right.
Telling me, Pastor, di ba? That's how affordable it is to, kumbaga, the transaction fee. The friction
Yes,
cost
sir.
is lower using Servicoin versus using fiat cash. That's what you were trying to say,
Right,
di ba?
right,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now, having said that, let's go a bit more to you, because I mean I want to understand how Servicoin was developed in the first place, so people will understand where you were coming from when it came about, and people get a better appreciation of where Servicoin is right now. So let's take a step back, Muna, right now. Like your background is you're actually a pastor. Were you a pastor first before becoming an entrepreneur? Tell us a bit more about that journey and how that journey led you towards entrepreneurship, and how that entrepreneurship journey led you eventually to Servicoin. Boss James, Pastor James. Nako, mukhang ano, mukhang na-block yung blockchain na expert na dito, Pastor James Dongla. And again, no, we're here right now telling everybody right now, if you're here to learn a bit more about cryptocurrency, this is the place to be. Pastor James is just fixing his setup here right now. But we're here in Baguio, and the interesting thing, if you're here in Baguio, is that they're all actually using the blockchain. They're using actually cryptocurrency with Servicoin, and Servicon is actually shared. There's, if I understand correctly, about 800 people or establishments are already using the blockchain over here in Baguio, and that's why I was very interested to find out a bit more about that one. Now, the purpose really that Pastor James Dongla came up with Servicoin was he wanted to help the middle class and regularly employed people. As a result, the concept of quote unquote service served as his inspiration for the project's name. That's why it's called Servicoin. Now, Servicoin is this is according to one of the press releases that came out in Igorot Age. Servicoin is said to be the digital currency that empowers the powerless. It is organic and works to attract supporters not only from those who are already moneyed or for those who are wealthy, but more importantly, and I guess this really comes from the background of service where he's from, no, especially his evangelical service that he provides, is that it comes from the grassroots level, where he finds that there's a lot of hardworking Filipinos who are educated to purchase the asset. So he wants to be able to have more people access it. That's why there's a real world application to what they do. Now, this is anticipation of its value, increasing the value of the Servicoin, increasing as it progresses along its unique crypto path, crypto path development and usage. And that's what he's really concerned about. If you want to talk to Pastor James, he tells you that he's a dreamer who wants to share the opportunity that God has given me with other people. He is right now pioneers in the crypto space. The company which he actually owns is called Crypto Master Traders, which is a crypto trading group. They're also pioneers in the blockchain experts. They have their own, like I said, they have their own cryptocurrency, which is Servicoin, but it's actually just cherry on the top. Pastor James, like we said, what I find very interesting about him is how he's able to combine his vocation as a preacher and also as an entrepreneur. And he lives right now in Baguio City with his very lovely wife, Jenny, and they've got 4 kids. His parents were from Sabangan and from Tadyan, Mountain Province, but they eventually settled up in Philex, Tuba, Benguet. So I want to hear more about the story of him in just a bit. Yeah, welcome back, Pastor James.
Sorry,
Nakwento
sorry,
mo na yung buong buhay mo
sorry.
dito. No problem, no problem. I was telling people a bit more about, I was reading the background on Igorot Age, and they were telling me getting a bit more about your background over there. So tell me, how did it start off? So for you, I'm guessing pastor ka muna before everything else, or you were just a computer science guy. What was your background, pastor?
Right. Thank you, Sir RJ. Actually, I finished financial management.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I went to Singapore for my formal seminary schooling. And so, of course, that's also a good experience for me because I've seen how Singapore was back then. It's really, a high tech, city country. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I came back, I involved myself right away in missions work, ministry. So
Mm-hmm.
primarily, I involved in education. We had our theological seminary also, and then went to the tribes. But I think this is a good point when we're talking about my motivation in going to this new direction in my life or new
Mm-hmm.
calling, I would say. But when I was in the tribes, I observed many of the communities. It's not really that they're that poor, because here in the Cordilleras, at least we are eating 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
The community, especially here, we are hardworking people. We have a very very a fertile ground to work at. So we just till them and we eat 3 times a day. But of course, I see the passion of these people who are helping the community, the church, mainly. These pastors that I work with, I shared with them, and their kids goes to this small schools, public schools.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, I observed this one family, in the mountains, and their kids, they're just playing with very simple toys. Their clothes are not really well. And so those experiences of mine, RJ, it really did something in my heart, that
Okay.
in 2013, when they introduced to me about blockchain, being a finance finman myself, I really studied it that same day when they told me about this. So I was really.
Who told you about that? San galing ba? Somebody from Singapore, somebody from how did it come?
Yeah,
How did
I
it
have
come
I
to
have
you?
a friend. Yeah, I have a friend from Canada.
Okay.
He's a Western guy. He shared to me about this one. So sabi niya, James, you have to study this one because you're a Finman. You must know this technology. So nalab at first sight ako sa blockchain, Sir
Mm-hmm.
RJ. So ayun. And then when I get involved myself, me and my brother, we first kind of tested the waters first, bought
Wait,
some
James,
Bitcoin.
Pastor James, I want to ask you lang, what made you fall in love with the concept of I mean 2013, you really couldn't see where blockchain or what crypto was doing. What made you fall in love with that one?
Right. Actually, the concept of, decentralization really amazes me. Sabi ko, how can you ever get that trust? I mean, kukunin mo yung binibigay nating trust sa banks mainly, and
Mm-hmm.
ipupunta mo sa digital aspect where you can actually trust the transaction itself in a digital form. So that for me is really parang talagang na-amaze po talaga ako doon. So yun, and then when I involve myself, not really, it's a process on my part as well, because I'm doing many things in the ministry back then.
Mm-hmm.
Even going to Mindanao, as far as Davao, we went to these many tribes there, hiking or going to the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoyed actually those experiences. But again, when I see these church workers, social workers, the people who are going to the communities, I it burdened my heart. Sabi ko, maybe if only those people with money see these efforts of these people. You
Mhm.
know, it could sana mas maging madali sana. No, they're using actually old cars. Even us, you know, when we are going to the tribes here in our place, my pastor back then, when we go to the tribes, we use his old car. So every time we go for mission work, you know, we want to help the tribes. Lagi kaming nagre-repair kami sa daan, Sir RJ. So, yun, parang naging motivation ko po yun. Now when I got involved myself in
Mhm.
cryptocurrency, uh, ang maganda po diyan is, for me, is a new direction but the same path. New direction. What I mean there is I'm still a pastor even up to now.
Mhm.
I have my church. The difference there is same community. No, the company is also my church. Ang tawag po natin doon is marketplace ministry. So it's what we do right now. So yun, na-involve po tayo sa cryptocurrency investment at first, and then I'm just blessed to meet my wife along the way also. As a minister naman, I went to Hong Kong to minister there, and I met my lovely wife. So the good thing there is when he also came to understand about crypto, talagang ano na, dalawa na kami. Talagang
Mhm.
nag-focus na kami doon. And initially po, maganda yung nangyari sa amin, no? Very, very blessed po kami dahil sa cryptocurrency, sa involvement namin. I actually became also the president of one big cryptocurrency from South Korea here in the Philippines is actually Linkcoin. But sabi ko, Sir RJ, no, if people from other countries
Mhm.
can actually develop their own crypto, tama yung yung sabi kanina ni ni yung kasama natin sa sit down,
Si
no, na
Abby Victorino ng
si
GoGenie.
Abby.
Mm.
Yes, sir. Ang ganda nung sabi niya, from other countries, they're just bringing their applications here, their company, and we are actually the primary users.
Oo,
So
oo.
I think that's very 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 good for us Filipinos in general.
Yung
Na
insight
nakikita
in
natin
general, 'di
po,
ba? But that people are seeing the opportunity in our country, but we're not seeing the opportunity over here ourselves.
right, sir. Tama po 'yun, tama po. So, 'yun din yung dinisire namin, Sir RJ. Sabi ko, why not develop our own cryptocurrency project? Maybe we'll start from small beginnings first. So, because we are actually doing trading already.
Mhm.
By the way, ang company natin, Crypto Master Traders, we registered this one back in 2017, but we're doing it since 2015.
Mhm.
And nakita namin yung community ng crypto traders sa bansa lumalago na po. We pioneered that, and we continued from there. So sabi ko, why not also desire to have our own cryptocurrency? And yun na nga, no, we're blessed, RJ, because along the way we met the right partners, the right people, and our team grew in experience. No, so I'm just thankful, Sir RJ, that we're in this position.
Okay. Then what was the main pain point that made you develop Servicoin? I understand, 'di ba, that you want to create a local currency, but what made you develop it for a specific use case? What was that egged you on to say, I'm going to create a cryptocurrency for this purpose? What was
Right,
that?
right. And that's interesting, RJ, because when you compare our white paper to others, we're very very unique. We didn't copy our white paper like some developers or some projects did. Kasi there are thousands, by the way, 20,000, maybe 30. Yung iba nawala na sa circulation. They are na-delist na sila sa exchanges. Kasi ang ginawa ho nila, they did the shortcut. And that's the difference with Servicoin, because out of real passion, real desire to solve certain problems. No, back in 2016, Sir RJ, my wife was looking for a dermatologist, and I went online hoping to get a dermatologist that easy. So I went to Google, Mr. Google. I went to our friend Facebook, pero wala akong nahanap. So what I did, Sir RJ, is actually post no LF looking for, then contacted some friends. And we were actually surprised to see na wala pa palang existing na parang parang yellow page, no, ng services in a digital form, online.
Mhm.
So, I'm just blessed kasi biglang dumating yung idea. I know that it's from the Lord, no, na to create an app na lahat sana ng services is andun na. So, I quickly got a pen and paper and wrote it down, the initial idea that I have. And many days I cannot sleep well kasi iniisip ko parati yun. Sabi ko, it's very, very good concept. So I added some more and shared it, of course, with my wife, my brother. We're in the service industry for a long time.
Mhm.
No, so napag-usapan namin yun. Many coffee times namin, coffee fellowships. Marami kaming nainom na ano diyan, Sir RJ, kape.
Daming
So,
daming caffeine-fueled ideas, oo.
right, right, tama po 'yun. So, 'yun po sir, no. So, ayun, then we thought of, if we create a cryptocurrency, it must be connected with services. Kasi we already
Okay.
have the concept of this app that at the tip of your fingers, you can already get services outright. So sabi namin, ang payment niyan must be cryptocurrency. Thus, the word, we coined the word servi from service and coin. So Servicoin.
Okay. For the people who also don't understand, ah, ano ba yung white paper? Kasi alam natin yung white paper for people with not in the industry. White paper, ibig sabihin niyan, yan yung pinapalabas na parang, sa Senado, may white paper na binibigay sa kanila about a specific company na or a specific person na about telling all the not nice things about them, di ba? What is a white paper when it comes to crypto?
Yep. Yung nga Sir RJ, actually white paper is the plan. Basically, it's the roadmap. You put all that together, presentation, so to speak. It's a presentation wherein you put your plan, roadmap. I think the new term there for many of us, especially the beginners, would be the tokenomics. Tokenomics is simply put is simply explained is the economics of the token or economics of the crypto, your project. So ilalagay mo lahat dyan in percentage form. You have the team right there. What is your initial plan? First quarter of this year, second quarter, third quarter. The ecosystem, kasama na rin 'yan. Ano yung plano mong paggamitan ng inyong project, no? So, ayun, if you check our white paper, you'll be surprised that it's really very, very unique. And so, to add on that, Sir RJ, kasi before when nauso po yung mga ICOs, no, initial coin offering, yung
Mhm.
mga naunang nag-crypto, yun po actually, yun lang yung tinitingnan namin back then. When you want to invest in certain project, we are only checking on the white papers. And if
Mhm.
magaling yung gumawa, you will be actually inspired. You will be actually trick, no? Trick kasi yung marami sa kanila mga na-scam ka, mangi-scam talaga.
Oo.
So they just on this white paper, they put big names on it, no? Some even that's the interesting part kasi yung iba parang kahit walang team, no, walang nakalagay, yung mga iba nga pseudonyms, no? Pseudonyms yung nilagay nila and people are investing money into it.
Wow. So tell
Yeah.
me, how did Servicoin eventually start? So you had the idea of making a cryptocurrency for services. What was your first, I guess, proof of concept case or use case that were you able to make Servicoin work?
Yeah, so what we did was actually mainly, of course, the targeting the service industry. What happened with that, honestly, RJ, where na ano kami, ginapang talaga namin ng team namin with my wife, my brother, and the rest of our team because we're lacking of funds. But
Mhm.
what we did was gusto namin magsabay sana. We're into development and usage. So the first development that we did besides our own Servicoin, is we actually launched our wallet version 1. So our version
Mhm.
1 is not really that good looking. Ang ganda ng ano niya, ang ganda po pero of course we have improvements done already. Nilaunch po namin yung aming wallet is a decentralized wallet. Ibig sabihin po, it's not even the control is not even with us. That's what we mean by decentralized. You can
Mhm.
put any cryptos you want there. So that's what we did. And then initial usage namin, of course, is we talk to some service providers. We We call them Servi Pro. So we talk to was this masseurs. Kinausap namin mga masseurs, kinausap namin mga carpenters. So they understood the concept. So sabi nila, let's
Wow,
go. We'll
that's what I'm
accept
amazed by,
Servicoin.
that you were able to explain to. I mean, not to say that they're not educated. I'm just saying that it's not easy to appreciate, especially if you're talking to people who are not exposed to crypto or to technology, that you're able to get mga masahista, mga carpenters on board. How did you do that? I mean, I'm impressed. How did you explain to them what they would do, what they would, how they get money? Yeah. Very interesting again. Oh yeah. I think Pastor James is having some connection problems, but then again, we're getting the more interesting discussion over here about how they brought Servicoin to actual usage over here. I guess RJ Ledesma, thank you so much for joining me here right now. We're live from Baguio, where we just had our CEO summit over here, held by Jello Valdez and Harper and Hill, and together with Pastor James, who talked about Servicoin. We also I'll be having another speaker who also comes from the CEO Summit. I met him before. Really great guy. His name is Sparky Pereras of PearlPay. He will also be here at our next podcast. And on stage earlier on, I had a chance to speak together. I was interviewing both Pastor James together with Abby Victorino, who's been on the show here before. Her product was Style Genie. I don't know if you know that it's you could order clothes online on a month-on-month basis. But what actually happened was, because of this pandemic, they had to pivot the product, and she turned that into grocery products. And now her business is a lot larger. She was here a couple of months ago, um, and she was with us in our Alibaba panel because she's an Alibaba netpreneur over there. So very interesting stories that we've had over here in the CEO Summit. And if you guys have more stories that you want to share and more things that you want to know about cryptocurrency, please let us know in the chat box. We would love to hear from you, and we would love to get more explanations. Please let me know right now in the chat box if you guys are getting a better appreciation, of course, cryptocurrency and of the blockchain. If I understand correctly, here in Baguio, there are a lot of things that you want to. Here in Baguio, there's actually a large use case here in Baguio. To our friends right now listening to us in the chat box, I want to go back here right now and find out from you, who here has actually used Servicoin, and what has been your experience in using Servicoin. I just want to greet a couple of people here right now in our chat box. We have right now Glenn Alfonso. Glenn Alfonso saying over here, "Go Pastor James." And this is what I find very interesting, that he works for what he calls a marketplace ministry, where the company is also the same time the church that he works for, or that he preaches to. We also have over here Mark Louis. Mark Louis saying over here, "Thank you, Lord, for this great opportunity. Thank you, Sir RJ. God bless you more." And if you look at the picture here on screen right now, if you know Carrot Man, who was one of the celebrities coming out of Baguio. He's one of the looks like he's one of the influencers here right now for Servicoin. And we have over here Henry Monzones. Good evening, RJ. Henry, thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us here as well. Thanks for listening. We have over here, of course, from Servicoin as well. Servicoin, Pastor's Talk Point, what Servicoin is and why it's here to stay. And talking about here to stay, we've got coming back online again, Pastor James. Pastor James, I hope the signal is much better now. Pastor, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Pastor,
Yeah,
having
I
you back
think
here right now,
we're
no?
having
There.
technical problems here, RJ. Sorry for that. Sorry for that.
No problem. I've so let's just continue. What was your first? Tell us what was the first time around that you got somebody to finally use Servicoin for the services. Can you run me through what happened the first time it was used?
Sorry.
Yeah, just double checking, Pastor. If you've
Can
got
you hear
other
me?
devices that might be open right now and using your internet, please switch them off so we can keep our signal over here with us. No. Over here, while Pastor tries to fix his signal, I want to just greet again people here in the chat box. Madeline Bosikaw Lucas saying, labas mga Servicoin users. So, how many Servicoin users are there here right now? Thanks for letting us know. You've got Christine Lopez over here, a proud Servicoin user. Kristen, tell us if you're listening here right now. I want to know what services have you actually used where you've purchased and you've used Servicoin. Please let me know. I would love to know. We also have Jenny of Dongla. Oh, Jenny. Hi, Jenny. How are you doing? A hashtag Servicoin to the moon. So this was interesting that there's an actual utilitarian purpose for the development of Servicoin and how it's being used right now. And I know that it's growing here in Baguio, and at least 800 establishments are currently using the services of Servicoin. So, again, bravo to all of you guys who are over here right now and helping out the pastor in doing this one. Uh, and in the meantime, let me just go back here again. And for those of you who are listening to us here right now, Pastor James Dongla is based out of Baguio. He's got two hats. He wears two hats, both as a preacher and also as an entrepreneur. And he's the CEO of Servicoin, which is a wallet that runs on Binance. Now, he's actually developed a Servicoin rather wallet mobile app. And in this mobile app, what it is basically like just like any wallet, no, it's got Servicoin over there, but it also got other cryptocurrencies which you can put into that wallet. And in that Servicoin wallet mobile app, you can receive, you can send, and you can store Servicoin. It's gradually grown very popular, not just here in Baguio, but across the Philippines. And in fact, the reason I did come across him coming over here was because Servicon was one of the major sponsors of the CEO Summit over here in Baguio. Now, here, I want to go back again. Very interesting. We've got Darren Kim over here in the comment box saying that they've been able to use Servicoin to pay gas, hotel, and food, which I find very interesting because back in Manila, um, we aren't used to the idea of actually using paying things with cryptocurrency on a regular basis, especially for almost these daily items. No, we also have over here Criston Lopez saying that they're able to avail of food in cafes using Servicoin, and of course CMT Darth Z telling us over here, let's go Servicoin users. Let me just double check if he's coming back right now. Pastor James, I hope the signal is working pretty good now.
Yes, sir. I think sorry, RJ. I
Yeah,
think we have some concern with our internet connection here.
yeah,
Yeah, so I hope we're
yeah.
okay now.
We're good now. So, Pastor James, tell me how you were able to grow Servicoin. What is the first use that, usually the first time it's used, they're excited, di ba? The first time ever that it's used. So, tell me when the first time the Servicoin was used.
Yeah, actually, the first process we did was, of course, we talked to the bank, we talked to the barangay. So we approached the barangay captain. We shared to him the vision, and we're surprised that even at his age, he don't fully comprehend. But the good thing with him, he came from abroad. So sabi nung ano namin nung ano to yung barangay captain namin, sabi niya, I know that is the future right now. So let's do it. No, they made a barangay resolution for us, Sir RJ. So how
Wow,
exciting is that?
barangay resolution, huh? Wow.
Right, right. Natuwa nga kami. We're very, very happy really when they decided to make a barangay resolution just to support Servicoin in the barangay rollout. So we used that resolution. We went to business establishments. We shared to them about this new payment system. Of course, at first it's really very, very hard, just to convince one because this one merchant would ask, ilan na bang gumagamit yan ng merchant? No,
Oo,
that's
ayan
a
na.
challenge with us, RJ. And when we mentioned that he is the first or she is the first, no, medyo ano sila, meron silang concern. But eventually we could convince them. Again, sabi ko nga, Sir RJ, I'm just blessed to have a very, very good team who really are passionate in sharing this technology. So we had our first, and guess what? At the coming next days, few days, we had our first 10, and goes to our next 20. our first 20, then to our 50 and 100 and counting.
Wow. So at this current point, how many businesses currently use Servicoin? Businesses, and how many people currently use to pay Servicoin? Can you tell us just what they are? How many businesses?
Yeah, right now we at our data right now, RJ, we have about I think we're going 3,000 merchants right
Wow,
now, because we
three
are not
thousand
only rolling
merchants!
out.
Incredible.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it's the good thing there, RJ, is when we roll this out, some other business owners, they also recommended their friends. They recommended other businesses, and that's the support we got locally. And then from there, of course, we use that traction. We went to, I know we scaled up to other places. We're also happy to say, I'm happy to say that our LGU supported us. We're very grateful to Mayor Salda, Mayor Magalong, and other politicians we had here. We have here, and of course, from one crypto barangay right now, RJ, we have about 10 barangays
Wow,
supporting us. Yeah.
incredible. How many users do you have? So how many merchants? About 3,000. How many users of Servicoin do you have right now?
Yeah, about I think we're reaching 5,000 as of the moment. uh, Users, I mean holders. We have about that number right now. And transactions, we're still starting. We have about 6,000 transactions. Some of them they didn't even try. One of the challenge that we actually have, RJ, is how we can actually balance the merchants and users together. So nauna kasi yung merchants, very excited kami. We rolled out convincing merchants. We went out there, in the grassroots. So we
Hmm.
convinced them to accept Servicoin. And then we were actually surprised. I mean, we were challenged kasi hindi nakasabay yung users, RJ. That's the concern. So bale, ang dami ng merchants, pero sabi ng iba, bakit walang gumagamit ng Servicoin sa akin? Nakikita ko sa iba naman ginagamit nila yung Servicoin, they are eating there. How about me? Ganun na po yung naging challenge namin. But it's more or less, it's a very, very good problem.
Well, I want to just read out the comment box here again. People actually using Servicoin. Madeline Bosticao again saying, me and my family are using Servicoin in paying gas, salon and parlor, services, food, and hotel. Mark Louis saying over here, Julie Mark Sari Store accepting Servicoin, which I'm pretty impressed that Sari Store's accepting that. We've got Vanji De La Rosa saying they pay their basic needs in the wet market using Servicoin. And Darren Kim saying Servicoin members can also pay their international MLM business using Servicoin. We have Mark Louis, Korean
Right,
Budget
right.
Food accepting Servicoin. And we have over here Crypto Eagle CE saying, thank you, boss RJ. Servicoin is geared for mass adoption payment for simple to complex services and products. I'm going back to Mark Louis again. He's saying that they're paying pet shop, barber shop. You can use Servicoin. And Crypto Eagle, again, saying Eagle Eye Motors, Auto Repair Shop, Shalom Auto Supply, and Mount Sinai Auto Supply. This is fantastic and how it's growing. It's like you're saying, it's a great use case that's coming out for Servicoin. What's really your vision for the Servicoin in the next couple of years? How, where do you think it will go? Where do you plan to take Servicoin in the next couple of years, Pastor
Sir,
James?
sir, Sir Mark, ano yung ano? Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, yun, different places. The other teams, yung mga nagko-comment po dyan, Sir RJ, they are coming from one province in Nueva Vizcaya, Isabela, and Quirino. So
Wow.
when they are coming up to Baguio, to promote their company, they use Servicoin here to fill up their gas, and para kumain. Hotels, we also have some hotels here accepting Servicoin. And of course, yung Be Epic, it's a very good US company. Also, they're accepting Servicoin. The product is really good. I use them. Actually, shout out sa kanila. I use their yung patch nila. It's
Mhm.
very good product. So even some, I mean, barber services. Sir RJ. We even have lawyers accepting Servicoin as
Wow.
professional fees, and
And
doctors, Sir RJ. Yeah.
what's your vision for Servicoin in the next couple of years? Where do you see Servicoin in about 5 years?
I think, I mean, my vision here, Sir RJ, basically is to go nationwide and regional. I think in the next 5 years, hopefully we'll reach a regional status. Of course, mainly because we have Filipinos, working in other countries. Right now, we're also blessed because we have leaders already in Dubai promoting
Mhm.
Servicoin, in Hong Kong and in
Wow.
South Korea. Saudi, yeah, we have leaders there already. So our vision in the next 5 years will be the main cryptocurrency that is being used in the market, not only in services but also with commodities products.
Yeah. Well, this is a really fantastic thing, and I see how it's growing right now in the provinces. Very excited for the growth of Servicoin. And again, just in case people are looking to purchase Servicoin, where can they buy Servicoin right now?
Yeah, the website that we're using right now, or the purchase system that we're using, RJ, is to go to our website at mysrvcoin.com. Let me repeat, mysrvcoin.com. You can go there, or follow us at our page, Servicoin page, and also uh, what's this crypto arm of our company, because I think that's the first base. That's a very very important aspect of mass adoption. So you can actually message us there if you want to purchase Servicoin. But if you can download our apps right now, as of the moment, it's still available on Android. We're still working on our iOS, as I've said, where our budget right now is stretched out, but we're doing okay, RJ. No, kasi tuloy-tuloy lang naman kami. We're very very persistent. We're very very passionate with what we're doing. So if you have downloaded your apps, you go to the icon, Servicoin icon at the end of the screen, and just click that, and it will direct you to our the same thing. It's actually directing you to our website. So, but this is the good news I have for you guys, for our crypto enthusiasts. We're working already with big partners right now, as in big partners, sasabihin ko. Kasi they're interested with this CEO summit just concluded. We shared our company there, and right now we're in talks with big partners who want to maximize the opportunity of Servicoin. So what we're waiting right now, RJ, is for our back end, or the gateway, to be open. So we waited for quite some time, because we're not in a hurry. By the way, we're not in a hurry to put or launch this, in exchanges, because we know that that's not the most important thing in
Mhm.
cryptocurrency. The most important thing in cryptocurrency is its development and usage. So we have already done that. So we're good right now. That's our next step, is to go to listings and exchanges. So I think these coming weeks, our developer lead IT developer of our wallet informed me just a while ago that what is the API connection, or the technological aspect of you know
Mhm.
uh, our gateway is on the way, and hopefully in two
Bravo,
weeks
bravo.
time, yeah, yes, but in 2 weeks time you can already purchase Servicoin through the app itself.
Great, great. A lot of comments coming in from the chat box again. Our friends from Julie Mark Store, Jebby and John. Julie Mark Store here accepting Servicoin. Hector Valdo, go ahead, Taxi Com, Servi Taxi, proud to serve using Servicoin. Henry Dongla saying use your Servicoin in Yesway Health, Wellness Products and Services. And Catherine Donna Selma versus Food Up watching here, also accepting Servicoin. Now, as we close off here right now, I wish we had more time to talk about this one. It looks like it's a very promising future for Servicoin because of its utilitarian purpose, no? That you can use it for goods and services. As we close things off, Pastor James, um, again, you've been in ministry and you've also been in the marketplace. What are the three most important, I guess, life and business lessons that you want to share with aspiring entrepreneurs who are listening to this podcast?
Yeah. Thank you very much, RJ. Like what I've shared earlier on, it's all about knowledge acquisition. It's very hard to really involve yourself in knowledge. So you have to really have a good perspective on the business you want to create. And at first it's really very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if you have a full understanding and your interest is very important there, your passion needs to be there. Just be just go on. Funds might be one of the issues, like what we are experiencing. Lack of funds is not actually a hindrance to continue your dream of going on with your business. So of course, mainly is good connections is very important. It's what I'm actually experiencing. Like, of course, Sir RJ here, we just met this sales summit, and I'm blessed to meet him, and of course have this podcast right now. And yeah, connection is very very good in business. If maybe you are a silent type of person, or hindi po tayo masyadong nakikisocialize. Well, if you are
Mm-hmm.
into business, you have to socialize. And
That's
of
right.
course, next to that, and the most important thing there, Sir RJ, is like what I've said again earlier, is to really trust the Lord. Keep on holding on your dreams and just moving forward, whatever it takes.
That's right. And for me, I just want to say a couple of things coming from what you said. Your network in business is your net worth. And that's why things like the CEO
Right.
Summit are important. We got to meet each other over there. We can collaborate in the future. Maybe they can use Servicoin to pay in Mercato Central, right? And most
Right,
importantly,
sir.
we not only hold on to God, but we know that whether times are good or times are bad, God is good all the time. When businesses don't do good, there's a reason for it. When businesses do very good, there's also a reason for it. Again, thank you so much, Pastor James, for joining us over here on the podcast. Thanks to all the Servicoin. Shout out to all the Servicoin users and merchants over there. Thanks so much for joining me. My name is RJ Ledesma. Please don't forget to subscribe to the RJ Ledesma podcast. Join me again this coming Thursday for the next podcast. Again, my name is RJ Ledesma. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next RJ Ledesma podcast. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Pastor James.
Thank you, Sir RJ. Thank you, guys. God bless.